In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Firefox profiles, which you can use to manage multiple social media accounts or personas, or log into your PBNs and avoid leaving a footprint, not intermixing things that shouldn't be intermixed, if you know what I mean. There's a tool that does this called Browsio, which is a good tool, and it will basically mean you don't have to do everything I'm about to show you, but it's expensive, and unless you're managing more, a bunch of accounts, then you don't really need it. You can do this instead. So first thing you do is press the Windows key R. This will be a little different on Mac or Linux. You can do a Google search, find it, but it does it on either one of these. And this, it's firefox.exe --p. That will run this little box, which most people don't even know about, amazingly enough. Normally it just opens your default profile, and that's the only one you've got, so it doesn't ask you this. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. We'll call this the blank persona. We can put this, you see here, this is where it's going to be stored. You kind of want to take note of this. It might be easier to just do this somewhere else. Make a folder in Documents. Where is that? Call it Firefox Profiles. This is where the new one will be. So there we go, we've got a blank persona. Start it. Firefox should open. Now we're going to install a bunch of extensions. And I'll pause the video while I do that, and then I'll go through them. Okay, so I installed all the extensions. And I put some bookmarks in here, and I'll put a link below the video to an HTML file to give you the links to all the add-ons. This one, Click and Clean, it cleans your cache and history and cookies and all of that. And the reason I chose this one is because you can also connect it to CCleaner or BleachBit, and it will run that when you click it. So it's like a pretty deep clean without having to open those programs. Disable WebRTC, you want to disable that, and this is just a plugin that does it. You don't need to do it that way. Fireform is like it's an optional. It will fill out forms for you, but you got to pre-enter the data for the persona. It used to be able to pull the data from Fake Name Generator and automatically create that profile, but it doesn't do that anymore. Flash disable, you definitely want that. It will disable Flash, and then you know it's off. So when you go over to say Whoer, it's not available because Flash will leak your IP. Foxy proxy, so you can do proxies. Mozbar, optional but good. No script. Security thing will block JavaScript, also optional. Profilist, that is you definitely want that. What that does is over here, you now get a list of your profiles. And you can switch between them or have multiple profiles open at the same time using the different proxies. Quite handy, definitely want that. It's kind of a must. Proxy tool, that's this. Gives you some extra options. Random agent spoofer, I would get this one. There's lots of user agent spoofers out there, but I've tested a bunch of them, and this one is the best. It blocks, a lot of time JavaScript will leak your OS. This one actually passes the test on Whoer, even though I am using Windows 7. This time it does pass the test when I've been using different ones. you see over here, you get a nice big fat list of all these different browsers and OS you can use. You can randomize it or just go to turn it off, but for example, let's turn into Mac here. So we're going to use Safari. Now we've switched to Safari. There we are, we're now on Mac OS X Safari. And even in JavaScript, it passes, which not all of them do. A lot of them don't pass that test. So that's the best one I've found. I would definitely get that. And then each profile can have a set user agent that's always the same. And you can switch them up. So if you're creating a whole bunch of these, you don't want them to all be the same, right? Add-on bar, that's just to give you some more options down here. Who am I? That will just put which profile you're using at the time right here. Kind of optional, but handy. So this is my list that I use. I start with from my blank template. And like I said, I will put the link to these bookmarks below the video. But if not, just freeze it and look through these and you can get them. Okay, one more thing you can do. It's optional, but you can go to the About Config page, search telemetry, and you can make sure that the archive enabled is set to false. You want to set as much of this to false as you can. It's not mandatory, but this is Mozilla collecting data on what extensions you have and what. So theoretically, Google could access it. I mean, now we're getting into the real paranoid stuff. How deep does Google look into your browser? Probably pretty deeply, but I don't think this is totally necessary, but it's just a little extra tip there for you. So after you've done all of that, I would clear everything, shut it down. You could run BleachBit or CCleaner now if you wanted to. What we'll do now though is create a new profile. Now that you've created the blank persona, you're going to use that for everything from now on. So you set that up how you want it. And then every time you create a new one, it will have that configuration with all, so you don't have to download the extensions, etc., every time. And actually, what we'll do is we'll do a different one. We'll choose the folder and we'll go Documents, new folder, and this will be new profile 2. You can keep them all in a Firefox profile, but I didn't make another level deep there. There it is. Finish, start. And then you'll see when this starts that it's blank, right? There's no extensions or anything. So what we'll do then, now we've created that, we'll close it. And we'll go into the blank. This is the blank template. Just select everything, copy it, go in here, select everything. Did it not copy the last one? Copy, paste. Copy and replace everything. We want to merge everything. So there we go. We've just copied that over from the blank, and now when we start, we'll go to new user 2. You'll see that it has all of those extensions already installed along with the bookmarks, which you don't really need the add-ons anymore, but social media properties and lure and whatever else you'd want to start with. Now, each profile that you make like that, you can keep your own bookmarks, you can leave the cookies, you can use the Firefox password manager if you want, or you could use LastPass and create an account for each persona and use their little browser extension if you wanted to. You can put that in the blank template. That's the thing. If you want something that's going to be in your new ones every time, go back to the blank template, add it in before you create the new persona. But you can see once you create that blank template, like making a new profile just takes a second. It's a little more time consuming than using Browsio, but it's free. So that's about it. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on different extensions to add in, or if I'm missing something about the privacy settings or the data leakage somewhere for some reason why this doesn't work. I've been using it and I've had no problems. So that's that.